What is up, y'all? It's me again, Tasha C. And again, today I am talking about the backlash and repercussions of Mr. Baby Daddy, aka Keke Palmer's man. I think he's still her man. I don't know. We'll dispute. Well, he thought by mama shaming, clothes shaming, or whatever, Keke Palmer, her outfit when she was getting serenaded by Usher, that it was going to go in his favor. Most people are like, oh no. You ain't about to sit here and shame Kinky Carver. She has been cool. She keep herself. You see, she now got her babies. Her more business is booming. She sings songs talking about her son. Isn't he lovely? And she got t-shirts called "My Mother." And I'm Stevie Wonder to the ish. And of course, people gonna do a little research and find out some pluckery about him. Now, like in 2000 people, not to say people can't change, but it's a lot of red flags. They just dipped in red paint how bad some of this shit is. For example, a tweet that somebody says, like, he said in his own words, I don't support DV, but I am not surprised uh, um, that $1 million athletes get into trouble because bitches are stupid. And from Ice Cream Cobra, for example, we also get into some of the tweets, and I'll go a little long later on in my video. But just to give you a little bad sour taste in your mouth with this shit right here, things that Black Twitter has found about Keke Palmer's baby daddy. There is in the past couple of hours, research, of course, liking slut shame tweets, being a conservative, tweeting about DV, and like the JM post. I don't know, James Stanmore, tweeting about Elton Sterling in a negative way, of course, made a previous girl get alleged termination, allegedly. And this is from they beat meow gal girl has said this. And this is the same dude that had no problem liking the effects of, he's the one, who filmed her in a skin tight bodysuit that was showing, the form of the thickness of the booty butt cheeks or the good benefits their baby has brought to her while she was twerking. But it also shows us obviously more issues that are behind the scenes. And so once I found him, he looked like his Jordans a swimming trunks with his shirt off. He's somebody's dad. Okay, but got nerve to talk about somebody. But it goes to show about there is a lot of problems with him. Like I said before, it's like this horrible that he gets the right to do this, and body shaming and stuff. At first, he actually had deactivated his Twitter and stuff or whatever and Instagram, but now he's also went ahead and like came back and they unfollow each other and all this ish. And like I said, he had, I think, a video of Kanye, whatever his name is this week, okay? Thing that he's back, thought in it, they just unfollow each other. But it also shows like I say, they activate for a couple days because of the stuff that was coming up him. But like I said, as I mentioned before about his toxic people, like I said, not to say that people can't change, but it is showing like, okay, you coming off as a very toxic ass ninja. And based on some of the stuff, some of y'all might even say, and reading some of this stuff again, talking about reliving generation of family. Look, if it's like this now, even if he would say they would have gotten married, what the hell he be on then? And why he go online? Like I said, is nobody knew. A lot of people I don't think knew about this man until this, till after At least I knew about this man when she announced, we found out she was expecting, their bundle of joy. And now we've seen this niche, like I said, it ain't looking too good for him. I know they said it's something that he was going to be eventually a fitness trainer that he's trying to go for. But like I said, he had no problem with stuff as low as convenience him, because like I said, with that body got leveled up, all of a sudden he okay with that. But this is the same dude with a victim of, I'm not, because I think there's a difference between person and me, police and pigs, a pig mentality of one of these victims of, like, say, why this is why, Black Lives Matter, okay? But the fuck read like this, okay? What would have happened? This is what he said. This was almost a couple years ago on the anniversary. Okay, on July 7, 2016. This is Derry Dalton saying, what would happen? Elton Sturdy listened and followed orders when the officers yelled repeatedly to get on the ground. People tend to ignore the fact that you're supposed to obey the law of the circumstances. Elton Sterling didn't comply. And this motherfucker goes on again. Elton Sterling could have made the situation easier for everybody if he would just follow orders and get his ass on the ground and not resist. There's plenty of people, unfortunately, have been victims, especially of that, that we have witnessed, preferably people who are, melanated, you know what I mean, who have been victims of this, that complied and got F4. But heck, it was just a video, and I don't know if there's just any update information about some roll call. This woman was just filming her husband while they were arresting him, and you got this bitch, there's no other word to say but that, who knocks this woman down while resisting and just charges her for no reason at all. And I think she has, survived cancer. And I haven't heard an update about that story that was going around. Just ridiculous. That's what I'm saying, is you don't have to do anything. And there's some people who use their position of power and abuse it. Okay? Like, another one of his, like, alarming tweets. But like I said, even though, people could have changed, this kind of strings back to, you have to wonder, has he ever changed? Like, this is, June the 19th, 2016. Look at these anti-Trump protests. It's really sickening. I didn't even know one to avoid at this point. These Mexicans who are protesting, quote, quotations as words. This is also June 9, 2016, against Trump. Waving your country in flag and attacking the U.S. citizens is an act of war. This is his words, okay? So, like I said, he's saying that Alan Stern got arrested, so his family, if he would have resisted, okay? If he didn't resist, he's supporting DV. He has all these comments to say about women, but that's what I'm saying is, when looking back at this, it shows that there are more problems with him than not. Now, I don't know about the termination about he allegedly 3 weeks later he's boo-boo with Keke Palmer, as I said, also by SF News. Did I follow them? I hope I did. But like I said, he had his shirt off. And like I said, I don't see like anything, like I said, Keke Palmer had a big boss movement. So within hours, pretty much, she's getting merchandise. She's still getting her stuff together. She'll live her best life with or without him. Let's be for real. But it's just sad about the whole thing altogether, about using this as an excuse to say, because of what she wore, that this gives a right. And if he say had a problem with this is something that should have been discussed. Keke Palmer didn't just come out of nowhere just wearing certain items out of nowhere, okay? Just like with her clothes, she, it's revealed that she, I think she identifies as being sexually fluid, I think, or maybe give it a quick whatever, you know what I mean? As well, a sexual woman. What I'm saying is that he can't sit here. There are some people that have certain purposes, and if that's the way he believes, I wonder, like, if he is this conservative and slash, pro problems as far as I'm concerned, which it seems to be. Um, like I said, there's some more underlying issues that's going on. Okay, and Usher's still minding his business. He still got these tour. His tour still have shows. He's even showing like a couple got engaged. He shows his love. He up here even Saturday with Sweetie. Her birthday just passed, and he got to see baby. She just kept it real, baby. There goes my baby. But it just goes to show like when some people try to do something to put somebody down, and in this case, but policing someone's body or what they wear or what not wear, and saying it's if that because she is a mom, life stops there, then like I said, what is he doing with his shirt off, taking a picture and stuff like that? Does this have a date? No. Oh Lord, I got the screenshot of Instagram, but but I can't even zoom in and see where it shows exactly the date when he took it. But he needs to take it down. He is somebody's dad, okay? He don't need to be showing that, but he's a dad. And he's showing tattoos. Either that or some fingerprints on his chest. He ain't supposed to be showing that. I don't care. He's somebody's dad. But that's what I'm saying. Black Twitter came together as Avengers to drag Keke Palmer's boyfriend. I don't know where the state of the thing, what is going on now, but like I said, that makes him a hypocrite, and it shows more problems. Obviously, like I said, he's the same dude that had no problem just a couple months ago bragging about how Keke Palmer's body with the booty butt cheeks with the bodysuit giving print and twerking. He had no problem establishing and putting that on the net to see, because he the one film, because he was the background being one of the main cheerleaders, like, or the hype man with that. So, but like I said, this stuff probably would not even come up if he would not have said anything. Because like I said, he's trying to be inspired to be, like, I think, fitness trainer, and what they found out about him, say, from Bottle Alert. And he also is trying to get into acting, but I'm like I said, is Keke Palmer is cool as heck. And oh yeah, it's from a music video what he had on this thing there for forever, because I'm just like scanning what it says. If you go a little bottle alert about this, chose specific set of lyrics to share his comeback message. I guess he wants this as forever. Do you want the backlash, sir? Because we see how it will play out. But that's a discussion within itself, And I'm glad I have also seen on social media and so forth, though, that people, couples have been coming out and they've been showing and supporting their spouse. Like this woman, there was a couple, and like it's more common now that, personally, me, I see more where it's more comfortable wear more revealing clothing out. Okay, or we used to see more, swimsuits with thongs, or dresses where you get some cheekies there, some cheeks. And it was one couple I following. He's like, poor wife, my wife is his mother's sick. Look at her, or they made comedy parodies and stuff with the big man. So, I mean, it was also one thing, y'all, that they showed. They were talking about Offset, and I didn't pay attention, but I think it was on the Jazz Bread or something. They was like, put your shirt on, Offset, you damn. But it's just really sad. Like, there's so much in the world going on, and if that's his excuse of trying to shame Keke because he's not getting his way all of a sudden, and because of Usher and the status and the popularity and stuff like that, this is really, if they bring back Boondocks and do the justice they can do, which there actually is the Usher episode, I found out from Carl Jones, who was one of the producers, I think, one of the animators, I think, or voice actors, animators, or something on, but he carried a big part on the Boondocks. He said that that was actually based on a true story with him, with the Usher thing. Oh Lord, I might have to put it in here, but shout out is from the Jasmine brand and also after the tech where the interview link had came from as well, where it states that. Okay, it states. Oh my gosh. He talks about it. So, like I said, it's just really a thing here about taking the time out to sit here and try to keep Keke Palmer thick when and show everything out when it's convenient for him or stuff to go his way. Maybe he didn't get a darn film scene, that he wanted. It's something that came out, but the ugliness that he's been trying to hide or keep, from his Twitter files, that growth that maybe he pretended to have a Keke Palmer is damn sure not showing. And that does not demote or define someone's character as a person of a mom or makes her a bad mom because she is showing clear, but some had the dress she had and with just some cheeks to it. Okay, if you had a problem with her, how she was freely, whatever, and if it didn't show like some grimy intentions, you know, you wouldn't be with Keke Palmer in the first place. And then thinking like, okay, well, you think you're gonna trap her because she has this baby? Like you like cha-ching jackpot? Negro, please. But anyway, y'all, let me get out of here, and I will see you on the next video. Hopefully, like I said, this one works because y'all, this is my second time recording this ish, and I accidentally deleted it. But anyway, y'all, I will see y'all in the next one. Hugs and loves, take care, y'all, and y'all have a great week and next week. All right, I'm out of here.